let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself hype.
Yes, like that, like that, like that. Told her might be right back, right back, right back. Oh yes, like that, like that, like that. I told her might be right back, right back, right back.
Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that. Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that, double that.
Run it back, run it back.
Run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back.
Run it back, 100 stack in the trunk with his fire tag. Punch the gas, run into the future. Past, I'm done with that. But if I need to, then I'm coming back. Yeah, that's a fact.
Run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back. Run it back, I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil in my eye.
I ain't tripping, this is easy, easy. Got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing hate to say. Let us talk about it. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around it. I kill it and then I walk away with the chalk around it.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Right away, they'll change the look. Here's Walker to start the drive. Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves him at 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Now Jackson. That's complete left side to Gray. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense to have to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Jackson now. And it's caught. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shot.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal will feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Walker. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Tua sets up to pass it. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to get catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have, a pass he should have caught.
The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Running right, here's Walker. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here's Williams to return. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Swinging this out for Pollard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Trying to run for it with Pollard. But he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This will be caught at about the 6. Nice job there after the setback, 11 yards, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Pollard. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jamison Williams from 6 yards away. And the Falcons are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Jackson. That's taken in by Palmer. And he's brought down. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now Lamar changing the play. Here's Walker. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Third and goal, Jackson. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Trey Palmer, as the first half is winding down. And the Bears have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with enough adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. And they'll send Williams in motion right. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now left side, a completion is tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. A give to Pollard running left. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to pass. Tua. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So they cut away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw even.
Yeah, that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Broken tackle, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. He may go. Jamison Williams, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Jamison Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes to get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, and the return will be stopped at the the 34-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Meanwhile, Tua's throw going into the hands of Williams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Sidney Brown in on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Walker. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the...
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. And right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up there.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Then the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down to the scoreboard, had to figure they're expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. They could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. From the left side, it's complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. That third down conversion, good for 23. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. On the move to his left. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Lamar Jackson. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Falcons 20. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to... Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago! Trey Palmer with his second touchdown of the night. And the Bears are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And this throw finds Smith and Jigba. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Now Tua. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Tua. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Second and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now a second and 10.
Let's go, let's get that touch.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. This is caught by Williams. Touchdown! Jamison Williams saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into...
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to run with it. And the fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Tua. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Waste of time.
Here's 2nd down. Throwing Tua. Complete. Pollard. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Alontae Taylor, and the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 51 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. The Bears will fight on another week as we say so long, everybody. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been